All right, friends. It's us again.
I'm still eating. An American dessert. It's called a chocolate chip cookie. It's delicious.
The first time we tried this, Gail was eating a fajita.
Yep.
Now she is eating a chocolate chip cookie.
Made by our neighbors.
I was going to say, but not just any chocolate chip cookie. One made by neighbors in our very own apartment building.
Yeah.
Apartment 8A. 8, the number 8, and then the letter A.
But why are you saying that?
Because if people come to visit us and they're like, hey, where are those nice neighbors?
Is that like doxing people?
I don't know. I can read you. They sent us a very nice card.
No, we're not reading.
Had a picture of their. No, we're not going to read it.
We're going to publish the picture.
That's right. We'll show you to be nice to us. Send us cookies in a card.
The point is,
so
everybody says people in New York are rude. And everything you read on the news is like New York is terrible and whatever. And that has not been our experience.
We have not found that. I did have one guy, when Cecilia and I were downtown for a book signing, a strange man just kind of ran at me on the street and shouted at me that Trump was part of the Illuminati. I mean, some might take that as aggressive and sort of threatening.
Right, but
I took that as kind of entertaining.
Right.
And maybe true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know.
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that.
Yeah.
But no, for the most part.
Maybe he's part of a think tank.
That's true. That's right. MSNBC think tank.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you're saying, yeah, I don't. People have not been rude. They've been kind.
Yeah.
We had a guy on the subway today saw Evangeline's scooter wheels.
Yeah.
Had some dog hair caught up inside the wheel.
Hair ties. And honestly, New York streets, that's a whole other podcast topic. Or not podcast, discussion topic.
Well, we'll see what
I'm
this
on the
turns
podcast
into.
brand.
Listen, I think Rogan and all the other big podcasters should be afraid of us, quite honestly. They don't know where this is going.
We don't either, so it's okay.
Because neither do we.
We don't.
So they can't possibly know.
It's
since
true.
We don't even know.
It's true. Fair.
But no, some dude on the subway is like, hey, just want you to know that those wheels, they got hair and stuff inside of them.
And stuff caked in them. If you pull all that out, it'll run so much better. And he said he had a kid and he had to deal with that.
It's a good tip.
Yeah.
Life hack.
He had a really cute little pibble on the subway.
Yeah, which is another thing.
It's so fun to see dogs on the subway.
You can take dogs on the subway.
Yeah.
I don't think we can get
which I'm always happy about that.
on the subway.
I don't know. I may try it and see what happens.
I think she'd be afraid. I don't think she'd make it down the stairs.
I'll give her some drugs. I'm a vet. I'm allowed to.
I don't want to say this to anybody, but Gail's solution to everything in life is to give things drugs.
That is a lie.
Just kidding.
It's only pets.
Yeah, just if you're animals.
Not our kids.
That's right.
Or my husband.
As far as any of us know.
As far as anyone knows.
That's right.
I mean, we did make a 2-day car ride from Savannah to Georgia, and we're all alive. So, take that how you want.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about the car ride.
Car ride's a whole other conversation, as you can imagine.
That was an adventure.
Yeah, a minivan with 4 people and 3 pets and a whole bunch of stuff.
Google Maps.
Going through every major metropolitan area on the East Coast to get to New York City.
Just about, yeah. Yeah, so Google Maps says like 14, 15 hours for that drive.
Double that, guys.
So we did it in 2 days. And what Google Maps doesn't tell you is, by the way, when you go through Washington, D.C.,
Philadelphia,
Baltimore, Delaware, which for some reason Delaware is like the busiest place ever.
I told you, it's just a highway. My friend who lived there told me Delaware is just a highway.
That's all it was. But yeah, no, a 5.5-hour second day drive turned into like 9 hours because it was...
It was longer than that. It was like it was like 10. It doesn't matter. It was a lot. Does it matter at that point?
No, it
was...
With
4 people and 3 pets.
It was just all about survival.
Yeah,
at the
it
end
was.
Of that second day, and we did it.
Okay, where were we going with this?
We were just talking about things we found surprising. We were surprised about the car ride at the time, but we'll talk about that another time. But we're surprised that people have not been nearly as rude.
People have been really friendly.
People lead you to believe in the news and all that sort of thing. I think we may have mentioned before that so far ethnic food places are delicious in so many ways.
So many. The halal place downtown is my favorite by far.
Lava something.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Amazing.
But the dessert was...
did not have enough sugar.
An abomination.
By 75%.
It was...
Bring on the sugar.
Yes, absolutely. They don't know about
No.
sucrose in the Middle
so the Magnolia Bakery, which we found, it's an American one.
There you go.
Delicious.
Well, that explains everything.
Yeah, it's American.
So, I do think that this plays into the upcoming election when we're talking foreign policy. we need to figure out how can we better communicate with our foreign friends.
That they need to add more sugar to their desserts.
You know what? You help us with some of our main courses, maybe appetizers.
Oh, for sure. We need a little more spice, a little more heat to our dishes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'll help you out with some of the dessert.
Yeah, sugar.
We've still got so much to learn from each
Right,
other.
it's true. I mean, that really does seem like a really good opportunity for us to like engage in good conversations.
Yeah, building bridges.
Good point. Okay, so anyway, New York. People are nicer than what you'd expect. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. It's dirtier.
Streets are filthy.
We don't wear shoes in the house.
It's not like
the shoes come off at the door.
Yeah. It's not like 1990s filthy where everyone told us it smelled like urine in the streets and everything like that.
No. It's not like that. It's just that there's so many people.
Because you have 10 million people in a small space. There's
so many
trash everywhere and it's dirty.
It's just dirty. Well, and also just people walking everywhere. Dogs walking like...
Yeah.
Oh! Maybe the most surprising thing, which it just occurred to me, are skunks.
Oh.
Should we talk about the skunks?
Yeah. So it turns out right across the street from us.
By the way, we live on Manhattan, the island.
Yeah, on the west side of Manhattan, on the Hudson River.
I mean, there's...
Right? If you look at a
We're
map...
in a 10-story apartment building.
That's true.
And it's just multi-story buildings around us. It is urban.
Yeah.
There's a park across the street, but it's a pretty thin strip of land if you're comparing it to the urban area.
Yeah.
So I'm just prefacing this.
And this land runs right down to the Hudson River.
Right. I mean,
every night around 10 o'clock, like clockwork, these skunks come up through the fence.
Like legit black and white Pepe Le Pew skunks.
As we said, the streets are filthy, lots of trash. They're coming up to dig through that trash. Maybe do you think they think the trash smells bad? Like does it smell so bad that even the skunks are like, this is...
But like, I mean, rats, yeah. I mean, we see lots of rats.
We've seen so many rats.
So many rats, which, fine, that's true. And I actually think rats are really cute. That's obviously a conversation for another time. Rats. There's no cats, y'all. How many stray cats have we seen?
We've seen one stray cat.
No. I've seen another one.
Never mind.
Two
stray cats.
No, we were out walking. Remember we saw that black and white one?
Isn't that the only one?
No, I saw one. Oh, sorry. I was walking Hildy to St. Nicholas Park, and there was another one.
Okay.
So in 4 weeks of being here, we've seen 2 stray cats. In Savannah, you trip over them.
At our house alone, we saw 6 stray cats a day.
Yeah. Well, between us and the neighbors, we had like 5 or 6 community cats. Yeah. They were all spayed and neutered, all rabies vaccinated.
Yeah.
So no cats, rats, and apparently skunks in Manhattan.
Do you think we can trap, spay, and neuter the skunks?
That sounds like a problem for not me.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, so we're going to add that to the list of surprising things.
So who knew there would be skunks? And so, somebody walking the dog told us that. Said, hey, just so
the other supposed Great Pyrenees.
There is one guy who claims to have a Great Pyrenees. Again, we didn't DNA test his dog, just like we don't know about Hildy.
That's right. I hope our landlord heard
That's right. If our landlord is listening. Whatever breed our dog may or may not be.
Whatever she may
Doesn't matter. We saw someone else walking a dog, similar in appearance to ours.
Yeah.
And he said, just so you know, there's skunks that come out at night up here.
Yeah, and I was skeptical, super skeptical, because it's Manhattan. There's no skunks.
Yeah,
there's no farmland. Like, what? It's
know.
Manhattan. There's skunks.
There are. I saw several. I saw like 4.
And like what? And you know what? It's a whole topic of conversation of what do you deal if your dog gets skunked in Manhattan and you have no car and you can't bring them in your house. There's no garage.
Do we have a game plan for that?
I'm going to take her to the e-clinic and spend $1,000 on a bath.
There you go. So if you're willing to start a GoFundMe, that would be wonderful.
Do you think pet insurance covers?
I don't know. If they don't, they should.
Yeah.
But we were surprised by the skunks. We were surprised by how kind people have been. We're really friendly, helpful. If we went the wrong way somewhere, or you
people
ask
are
for
so
directions,
great.
People will try to help you out.
Yep.
Surprised by the skunks. Surprised by how dirty the streets are, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, but I realize I really do think it's the density of people.
Yeah. You have so many people.
So many people.
Much trash.
I mean, you can't even comprehend that. Also, it's bizarre to not ever be alone.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. We mentioned that a little bit. That you never really are by yourself.
No, you're never by yourself. And I think that's part of the reason. Well, also, like, the whole not needing to say hi to every single person you see. Like, you kind of feel like you do in the South. Maybe that's a podcast. It's so
could be a
Southern
New York etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is... something that's been, interesting that we could talk a lot about is just how people interact or don't interact with each other. But it's not necessarily in a rude way. Like you feel like people are being mean.
No.
Just people just kind of going about their business.
But in the South, I feel like if I'm out for a walk, like if I was walking around Lake Mayor or something, if I made eye contact, people deliberately make eye contact, say hello, how are you? If you know them, exchange pleasantries.
Yeah.
But that's not a thing here. Like if you're out for a walk, for the most part, people are not trying to make eye contact with you or trying to start up a conversation. Unless they're asking you if that's a Great Pyrenees.
That's right.
Or questions about your dog.
That's right. They're speaking to you in Spanish about your dog.
But we've had a lot of thoughts about this. Like, I'm starting to realize after 4 weeks, maybe it's just because you're never by yourself. And so when you're out, it allows you to be in your own thoughts. That's my optimistic way, is that's why people don't. Because if you deliberately engage people, we've had largely positive experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, on the subway, you can be crammed in like sardines. For those who eat sardines, you might get...
Nobody eats sardines.
Wow.
I think I had a grandfather or great-grandfather. Mom, correct me.
Why is that an expression?
Pack like sardines, because they're crammed in those cans.
Right, but if no one eats them, how would anyone get that reference?
No. I think they did back in the day. It's like vinegar pie from the Depression.
So we need a better reference then.
No, we just need a more modern, not better.
Or a more modern one. Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead. What's your thoughts here?
Packed like people into a subway car.
That's actually extremely accurate.
What I'm trying to talk about.
Have you been to New York in rush hour?
Well, that's what we're saying. When you are crammed like people into a subway car with people in a subway car,
and you are in each other's face.
Yeah, no, there's no avoiding that.
No,
I mean, for as much as I sort of knocked, you can read into this whatever you want, the sort of masking policies of New York.
I get it now.
Back during COVID, I can understand why.
Because you are literally in each other's space during
90 people within a 30
if you
feet
just
of space.
Heard that, it's another firework.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that, but
it's not
fireworks.
Yeah, because it's always July 4th here in New York.
Yeah, who knew? Statue
okay,
of
sorry. So yes, in a subway car,
people don't talk to you, even if it's crammed.
No. So that's a whole other weird thing. Is that how quiet? Like the only time the subway cars have been loud is going to the ball games. Yes. We've been doing the only time. I have been in a subway car to and from work, jam-packed, rush hour, and it is silent. It's bizarre. Everybody's just in their own thing.
But it could be, like you said, because there's so much chaos here that people just searching for quiet.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think so. That's my supposition.
That's probably part of it. So that's been surprising a little bit to us. The last surprising thing, maybe, is that Gail and I have caught up to 2017, and we now have discovered Instacart.
Oh, Instacart.
And how great that's been.
Yeah, because we were like, moving to New York, how do you life? You have gone from living in a house, you have cars, you forgot sugar, you forgot whatever, you just hop in the car, drive down the road, need to do this, go there, take that, you just hop in the car and you go, and that's not a thing here, at least for us. And I think a lot of people don't want to move their cars because parking is tough in Manhattan. Like it could take you a very long time to find a spot. So again, that's a whole other conversation. So we weren't sure how that was going to be. So I did this 2-week trial of Instacart, and it's my new favorite thing. For all you people who've been using it for years, get it now. Get it. All my little judgmental, passive aggressive. Okay, that was in my head. But all the judgment that I get past in my head, I get it now. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I don't care where we move. We could move to Wyoming, live in the middle of nowhere, and I will pay Instacart to grocery shop for me.
Do you think they have Instacart out there?
I don't know.
I think it's someone on like a horseback. Rides
what
up.
if they brought you your groceries on horseback?
Like the Pony Express.
Yeah.
They have to hand it off between posts or something.
Yeah, it's okay.
Either way, you'd still be willing to deal
Correct.
with that. Yeah.
Would I work more in order to not have to grocery shop by myself? Or for myself? Yes.
Yeah, and I think here because we don't have a car, and it's an ordeal to go to the grocery store because you got to walk.
I mean, if you're going to
stuff out, it's so much easier to.
Because grocery store is a whole other conversation.
Yeah, but just to use Instacart, you got a few things you need to pick up.
Well, also, I was like, hey, let's run by Target. So our first Target trip, that might be a whole podcast itself. I was like, let's go to Target.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the closest one is just a couple subways north, or a couple subway stops north. So we did that. And I expected Target. ladies, I mean, y'all know it's a warehouse of amazingness, and you get your buggy and maybe swing through Starbucks, and you're going to be there for a couple hours because it's Target and there's so much stuff that you need or don't need. So no, Target here is 1/10 the size of what you expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1/10.
Yeah.
So
probably.
It's not an experience. You just get in and get out. So it's not like you're going to go anymore, which is strange. And we've been to a couple of Targets now, and everything is on such a smaller scale here. It's just strange.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Starbucks in one of those Targets yet either.
Yeah.
They know you ain't staying for a while.
Right. They don't have time for that.
Where was I going with the Target thing?
Oh, we were just talking about how shopping's different here.
Oh, yeah.
Instacart.
Right. So you think you're going to go to Target and get all your household stuff, but that's not a thing. So between Amazon and Instacart, that's how we get the things we need without. And also, like, we don't have a car, so it's all public transport. And Uber is super handy, but it gets expensive. So if you're going to go do something, you got to be able to carry everything home. So that's the other thing, too, is like, if we're, I'm used to going to the grocery store, let's say, once a week and doing a big shopping run, and then you do smaller shopping runs for like fruit and perishables and stuff. It's not a thing here because you can't physically carry a whole buggy full of groceries. And they don't even have full-size buggies here. I've yet to see a full-size buggy. They're all little buggies, even Whole Foods.
It's like
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, they're all the little buggies because they know you ain't carrying that, friend.
It's like the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, it is.
Got a hold of the buggies. And,
yeah.
They're just tiny.
Yeah, in the stores.
So
thank goodness for Instacart because I don't want to lug all that stuff through.
Yeah, but it's also, it's so convenient. But a part of, all that for us too, I think, is we're still trying to figure out our life rhythm.
It'll change.
What that's going to look like.
And I've only worked a week. Y'all haven't gone back yet, so we'll see how things adjust as that
still
happens.
waiting for school to start and things like that.
Because it doesn't start till after Labor Day.
Yeah, very excited about
Whole
that.
other conversation.
Students don't come back to the school I'll be working at until the Monday after Labor Day, which is, a full week into football season, professional football. I mean, that's a couple weeks into college football. So I'm excited for that. Typically, I've been working for weeks before football starts. So,
but it's also good because how about another topic of how people don't have central air here?
Oh, man. Yeah, we're...
I know, like literally no central air, y'all.
And it's, you think, well, it's way up north, it's not that high. It's pretty warm.
It's been in the 90s.
And it's not even that there's not central air. There's like no ceiling fans. They don't circulate the air.
Yeah, there's no ceiling fans.
So it just gets stuffy and warm. So
also, for those of y'all with allergies, there's no HEPA filters, which means all the city yuck when your windows are open, all the pollen, everything is just here.
Yeah.
So I expect maybe another talk. I expect my allergies to get so much better. No, worse. Which is odd.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's good that school starts later.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We have installed a couple window AC units.
Yeah.
So far, they haven't fallen out of the windows or anything. So that's a win.
Yeah, and how about when you come to New York in the summer, you want to walk on the outside of the sidewalk because if you walk up against a building, you're going to get dripped on by everybody's window AC units.
Yes.
This is just a tip.
Not a lot of central air here. So many window AC units. You
Even
see
the
puddles.
Super, super fancy pants expensive places.
Yep.
They ain't got no central air.
Dripping from their
So
window
walk
AC
on the
units.
outside of the sidewalks.
You will see puddles all along the sidewalk.
This is our city visit lesson for y'all.
Yeah, we've got so many lessons that we're learning already quickly. But
okay, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. So anyway, that's another update. If you have particular questions about what's going on up here, just let us know. We're happy to talk about it. But until then, we hope you are all doing well, and we will talk to you later.